Today we're hitching a ride on a covered wagon, straight into the heart of the American frontier. Sure, you might remember the Oregon Trail game or those classic westerns with sun-drenched plains and noble pioneers, but behind the romance lies a grittier truth. Life on the trail was no joyride. It was raw, relentless, and often heartbreaking. So before we let nostalgia take the reins, let's uncover 13 brutal realities of life on the trail. What did it truly cost to chase the American dream out west? Let's find out together. Months of misery. The first harsh truth, and perhaps the foundation for all other difficulties, was the terrifyingly long travel time. Traveling by covered wagon was not fast at all. Even on the best days with flat terrain and favorable weather, a covered wagon might go about 20 miles. That was the ideal scenario, folks. More often, they only traveled between 8 and 20 miles per day. Rough terrain, treacherous mountain passes, or bad weather all could slow down the wagon train, sometimes to a crawl. Try to imagine, starting from St. Louis, a common departure point for trips west. The straight-line distance to San Francisco is about 1,750 miles. Even at the optimal 20 miles a day, theoretically it would take nearly 90 days to cover that distance. But that was just theory. In reality, wagon trains rarely maintained that speed. There were constant delays, broken wheels, livestock got sick or exhausted, the weather turned bad, the terrain was too difficult. And more importantly, the actual trails were much longer than the crow flies. They wound around obstacles through valleys and over mountains, adding hundreds, even thousands of miles. The result? A trip from St. Louis to the West Coast often took about 6 months. 6 months of grueling journey, enduring all the harshness of the weather, with extremely limited food and comforts. It was a terrible test of endurance. People got sick, got injured, and sometimes even died along the way. Reaching the West Coast was an extraordinary achievement, a testament to the incredible resilience and determination of the pioneers. They paid a very high price in time and hardship just to have a chance to start a new life. 6 months living in a state of near existence, not life. Really hard to imagine, isn't it? Your home was a bone-jarring box. Now let's talk about their actual mode of transportation, the covered wagon. We see them romantically in movies, but what about reality? The most iconic type was the prairie schooner. With its curved wooden bows creating a rounded roof and covered with canvas, from a distance it looked like a ship's sail gliding on the sea of the prairie. This wagon was like the 19th century minivan, used to carry the whole family and their possessions. There was another type, the Conestoga wagon, larger and heavier, often pulled by larger teams of animals.